Picture this. Harold, an old man sitting in his armchair, refusing to admit that he's wrong about how to use a TV remote. His grandkids try to help, but Harold insists it's the remote's fault. He's saying stuff like, "Back in my day, we didn't need all this nonsense," instead of recognizing that the world moves forward whether you like it or not, so you should try to keep up. His pride keeps him from learning, leaving him stuck in his ways. Now in the other camp, meet Miss Thompson, a dedicated teacher who's worked tirelessly to educate her students. She beams with pride as they succeed, knowing that her hard work paid off. Her pride is the good kind, rooted in genuine achievement and growth. These two tales of pride, one isolating and one uplifting, set the stage for our exploration of good pride versus bad pride. First things first, let's define our terms. Good pride is that warm, fuzzy feeling when you've accomplished something meaningful. The kind of pride that makes you want to high-five yourself in the mirror. Think of it as the emotional equivalent of a gold star on your homework. It's like a fine wine. It gets better with age and experience. It's the pride you take in your work, your relationships, and your personal growth. It's the kind of pride that makes you want to frame your achievements and hang them on the wall. Some examples of good pride include completing a marathon after months of training, getting a promotion at work because of your performance, helping a friend through a tough time and then seeing them flourish. Good pride is all about recognizing your efforts and feeling good about the impact that you've made. It's internally focused and doesn't rely on external validation. Bad pride, on the other hand, is like that annoying party guest that won't stop talking about themselves. It's the kind of pride that makes you believe you're better than everyone else and makes you believe that you know more than anyone else. It's the kind of pride that makes you refuse to apologize even when you know you're wrong. Examples of bad pride include the one I just said about not being able to apologize even when you know you're wrong, belittling others to make yourself feel superior, being embarrassed to ask for help because you think it makes you look weak. Bad pride is externally focused and relies heavily on how other people see you. It's all about maintaining some image about the way that people think about you, even if it sacrifices your integrity. Now you might be wondering, why do so many people fall into the trap of bad pride? Well, it's simple. Our brains are wired for survival, not happiness. Back in the day, showing weakness could get you kicked out of your tribe, and being out on your own in the wild was a one-way ticket to being a saber-toothed tiger's lunch. So our ancestors developed a strong aversion to showing vulnerability. Fast forward to today though, and while we don't have to worry about saber-toothed tigers, our brains haven't quite caught up. We still have that primal fear of losing face and appearing weak. We really like to feel like we're right. We really like to feel like we're better than other people. And even more than that, we really like it when other people think we are. And a lot of the time, we go a little bit too far towards that end. While parts of bad pride are wired into you, it's also like a bad habit. The more you do it, the more you will do it. It's a self-reinforcing cycle. When you refuse to apologize or admit you're wrong, you might feel a small sense of relief or superiority short term, but over time, this behavior isolates you from others and damages your relationships. You'll be the Harold that people have to tiptoe around and not be real with, instead of Miss Thompson, who people can commend for a job well done. Alright, enough doom and gloom. Let's talk solutions. How can you cultivate good pride and avoid the pitfalls of bad pride? Practice self-awareness. The first step to cultivating good pride is to be aware of your thoughts and actions. Are you taking pride in your accomplishments, or are you using them to belittle other people? Self-awareness is like a mental mirror. It helps you see yourself clearer. Focus on growth. Good pride is all about personal growth. Set goals that challenge you and push you out of your comfort zone. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small, and use them to motivate you to keep going. Here's a big one. Learn to apologize. One of the biggest indicators of bad pride is an inability or difficulty to apologize. Learning to say, "I'm sorry," is a sign of strength, not weakness. It shows that you're willing to take responsibility for your actions and make amends. Seek feedback. Don't be afraid to ask for feedback from other people. Constructive criticism can help you grow and improve. Just make sure you're seeking feedback from people who have your best interest at heart. Don't let other people's opinions affect how you feel about your wins. Save the best for last. In my opinion, one of the biggest indicators that you have bad pride is that how proud you are of your achievements is influenced by how other people think about them. Your pride should be independent of what other people think. A huge part of this is that we've been taught to tie pride into results instead of work. Results are valuable, but so is the work, and results don't usually happen without work. Instead of being proud if you succeed and disappointed if you fail, just be proud of the work itself. That's the first step. Be like Kobe. He started out worse than his teammates, but he did more practices and longer practices every day, and soon enough he became better. He didn't measure his success by how many shots he got on net. He measured his success by, did I do my practices today? Did I do my reps? Doing the reps was what he thought was success, not hitting a new PR. Now I know some of you out there might be thinking, isn't a bit of bad pride necessary for success? It's a valid point. After all, confidence is important, and sometimes you need a bit of swagger to get ahead. But here's the thing. It's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. Confidence is necessary for success, not bad pride. Confidence is believing in your abilities and taking pride in your work. Bad pride is believing you're better than other people and refusing to admit your mistakes. One builds you up, the other tears you down. Confidence is like building a pyramid. Bad pride is like building a tower. Confidence is a slower game, but it gives you a stronger foundation and a wider base. The bad pride tower, while it may seem bigger and maybe more impressive at first glance, crumbles at the first "you suck" earthquake from someone else, while your confidence pyramid is just fine. Admitting you're wrong actually makes you look strong. It's true because it rhymes. I'm just kidding about that part. It shows that you're willing to take responsibility for your actions and learn from your mistakes. It's a sign of maturity and integrity. When you take pride in your actions and treat other people with respect, you're more likely to build strong, healthy relationships. People are drawn to those who are confident yet humble, and are more likely to trust and support you. Just make sure you choose your pride wisely. Pride isn't inherently good or bad. It's how you use it that matters. Good pride can motivate you, boost your self-esteem, and improve your relationships. Bad pride, on the other hand, can isolate you, damage your relationships, and leave you with a whole lot of unnecessary stress. So the next time you feel that swell of pride, make sure to take a second to reflect. Are you taking pride in your accomplishments, or are you using it to feed your ego and maintain some image? Make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and check out, I believe, here for a video. What was my last video about? What was the last video about? It was about... Fuck. Check out this video right here for a video about how to escape victim mentality. See you in the next one.